What up, clowns? This is the 2016 BHS champion reporting for our Week 5 recap. In Week 5, what a week it was! What a week it was! So anyway, let's just get right into it and take a look at the games we had this week. And we have to start with the dicking of the week, right? We have to start there, and that goes to Stevie. Stevie over Cole. I'm going to pull up the box score here. Stevie, you started off 0-3, if I'm not mistaken, and everybody counted you out. Everybody counted you out, saying that Stevie wasn't going to make the playoffs, and Stevie this and Stevie that. Well, you know what? You blocked out the noise, you blocked out the haters, and here you are sitting at 2-3, absolutely annihilating Kobe, 197.62 to 105.12. You had some big time performances out of DJ Moore and Jalen Hurts were kind of leading. I'm sorry. And Jamar Chase, man, how could I miss that? DJ Moore and Jamar Chase for over 100 points for you there. So Kobe, unfortunately, not much you can do. Not much you can do when you got two players putting up 100 points. Not much you can do. Stevie, I'm rooting for you. Off to, the past 2 weeks, you've been putting up some good numbers there. Hopefully you can keep it up. Hopefully we can see some consistency out of your team. Kobe, on the other hand, let's see what we have going on. A Chain or a Chaney, whatever his name is, looks like he might be out for a little bit. So you might need another running back, but you know what? Looks like Jonathan Taylor just signed a contract, so that's some good news for you. So we'll see if you can put together a good lineup in order to go ahead and pick up the dub next week. So Stevie, congratulations on most impressive victory there. Moving on to, let's go to reigning champ versus Slim Pickens. Let's see what we got here. I'm sorry, that is week 6. I'm sorry, it automatically defaulted. Week 5, reigning champ versus potentially him Fields. So let's take a look here as the reigning champ picks up another dub here, 124.04 to 107.68, and potentially him Fields, Bennett. Yeah, you know what? Justin Fields looks like he's finally getting into a groove here. 2 good games. Your name reflects that, potentially him. And you know what? I'm not sold on him yet. I'm not sold on him quite yet, but he proved me wrong this week. Played well. Saints defense played pretty well as well for you. And you know what? But it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for Puka. Man, what a beast. And then you got Dallas. Goddard, who went off for Gabe. A.J. Brown had a solid game. So all in all, Gabe's team, 124.04, got it done, even though Lamar didn't have his best game. But not even so much Lamar, just the entire Ravens entire receiving core can't catch. We need to do something about that. But anyway, impressive record coming out of Gabe here, 4-1, the reigning champ, making his presence known here early in this league. So anyway, moving on, let's see who else we have. Before we get to the match of the week. Let's see what we have here. Easy Money versus the ex-commish. Oh my goodness. And we love to see it. When Carey does bad, that is good for the league. When Carey is just the worst player in the league, that is just so good for the BHS Memorial League. And we love to see it, and we're rooting for it because you talk so much crap for someone who can't back any of it up. You scored 100 points, I think, one time this season. One time. You're 1-4, and I'm surprised you're 1-4. Probably should be 0-5. You started Jordan Love, and your best player is Isaiah Pacheco, whom I gave you. And you know what? I stole from you. You gave me Stevenson, and you gave me Christian Kirk, who Christian Kirk is solid wide. And I was in need of a wide receiver because my wide receivers, man, they're going out I mean, we got T. Higgins, who's probably about to go on IR because of a rib injury. We got Deontay Johnson, who's on IR. Cooper Kupp was on IR. He's finally back. Had a solid game for me. But, I stole from you. I just stole from you. And Isaiah Pacheco is your best player, whom you got from me. Nobody else on your team is going to be able to help you win any more games this season, and definitely is not going to get you into the championships. I mean, you had the 49ers defense, and they're on your bench. You have the number one defense in the league, and it's on your bench. They're on your bench. I mean, I just, for the life of me, can't understand that. You have Jared Goff on your bench. And you started Jordan Love. I mean, where's the logic there? I mean, you have no one to blame other than yourself, Gary. No one to blame other than yourself. Your team sucks. You suck as a general manager, and I hope to never see you in the playoffs again. Cole, 2-3. You got Patrick Mahomes. You got Derrick Henry, Mixon. I mean, your team's so mediocre. I mean, you really don't have too much going for you, unfortunately. You have a bunch of decent players, no stars, nobody who is gonna kind of put your team on their back in order to be able to get you into the playoffs, unfortunately. But that's right. Thanks for playing though. And let's see here. Go back to week 5. We've covered this game. All right, here we go. Tyreek Havoc and Slim Pickens. Jamal, yet again, another impressive victory. Again, riding Tyreek Hill as far as you can. And, I mean, that's what I would have done. Just continue to ride Hill, see how far he gets you, and you're 4-1. So, congratulations. Good pick there. You were right before me, and I actually wanted Hill. I wanted to get Hill, and you know what? You took him right before me, one pick before me, but that's okay, and you're riding him now, and good for you. Let's see here. You got Josh Allen as well. Your running backs suck. They're absolutely terrible, actually. Shoot. Anyway, we'll see how far that gets you, not having really any running backs on your roster, but that's okay. Chase, on the other hand, you're sitting at 3-2, and honestly, I was looking at your team, and I reached out to you earlier trying to see if I can get one of your running backs. You have a solid group of running backs: Josh Jacobs, Montgomery. You got Mozart, although who knows what's going on with him and Cheney and that whole situation. I can't even tell who the number one back is anymore. Breece Hall, stud. You got Eckler, who looks like he's hurt a little bit, but stud. So you got some good running backs there. Kirk Cousins. That's kind of how to describe your team. Kirk Cousins, right? Just never really good enough to win, but never bad enough to be out of it completely. So keep it going, Chase. Cowboys defense finally. -3 points. I mean, you were riding them. The only reason you beat me last week was because they put up 40-some points or something ridiculous. So, wish I played against you this week, but that's okay. Props to you for beating me last week, and you're sitting at 3-2 with me, so congratulations. And anyway, now going to the matchup of the week. The matchup of the week, the Lipsky football team versus Rocco's Enlightenment. And let me say, Butsy, listen, you're our commissioner, right? You got to respect it. You got to respect our commissioner. But it just doesn't make me any happier. Beating you makes me happier than beating anybody else. I don't know what it is, but there's just some kind of rivalry between us, right? And it's been there, right? We've felt it. We've kind of felt that energy, and then you came out and started talking a little bit, asking, Ant Lipsky, he's this famous trash talker, but right, and then he needed to do something about it, and then that you wanted me to post some kind of, so I did. I posted this video, and I told you what happened. I predicted, you can even say I prophesied almost that is what was going to happen. That I was going to absolutely just clown you, and that your team is garbage, right? And I think we all remember the video of me sitting on the toilet, right? And today I can finally say I finally flushed you down the toilet, right? Flushed your team down 142.76 to 105.52. I mean, when you got Anthony Richardson starting as a quarterback, I don't know what you expect. He had one good game right? One good game. I mean, your whole team is right here. Christian McCaffrey. That is your entire team. And don't forget the 49ers also have George Kittle. George Kittle, it was his time to shine. McCaffrey's been getting so much love early on in the season. It's time for George Kittle to get some love. And he got that. He got some love, 3 touchdowns, 27.7 points. And don't forget my boy Travis Etienne as well. Got a lot of hate for that pick in the draft. And, that is the same player who was able to take you down this week. And here's what I don't understand as well. You have Calvin Ridley, right? Calvin Ridley, you have Trevor Lawrence on your bench. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is a much better quarterback than Anthony Richardson, and Calvin Ridley is a much better receiver than Zay Flowers and Marquise Brown. And, I mean, for the life of me, you and Kerry just make the strangest moves on your team. I can't understand it. Why would you bench Calvin Ridley and start Zay over Marquise? Both of those guys have dropping issues. Both of those guys are butterfingers. Now, Zay, love the guy, right? He had a poor game, right? So you don't want to take too much away from him. We obviously want him to do well for the Ravens, but it just I'm marveled that Calvin Ridley is on your bench. I mean, not that it would have helped you anyway, but just some free advice there. Just start the man. Start Calvin Ridley, and I mean, best of luck to you. Hopefully you can make some noise later on in the season. But anyway, that's a wrap, fellas. Appreciate you listening. Sitting at 3-2, and who I got next week. Let's take a look. Just wanted to see who I got next week, and potentially him Fields. Potentially, I can guarantee a loss there for you, Bennett. It's not a potential. It's not an if. It's guaranteed tomorrow. This week you're losing to me, and you're gonna fall down to 3-3. You're gonna be at an even 500, and I'm gonna continue to excel and move up the rankings. It's my year, fellas. It's my year.